his religion, his parents. This stuff is personal to him.
Well,
so he contained it as long as he could. And he had a bad moment where he made a bad choice.
His family are very highly revered in Russia and Dagestan. They're a very classy family. A lot of people have respect for them. And now, I mean, you know, as you say, that's going to be a blow for the family. And let's go back to the fight, though, which was incredible. And certainly delivered. The biggest fight in UFC history, everybody said. It lived up to that hype. The entrances were amazing. The dry ice and the outdoor that sick. The fight was the first round to be. Did what everybody wanted to do. He took him down. Wasn't successful in landing any good shots. Second round, though, that all changed. We saw that beautiful overhand right, got him down. And there he took the left hand. I thought he was going to send a message to Conor by snapping his left arm and saying, hey, you're not going to use that left arm on anybody else. Third round, Conor showed some heart. He said, listen, I'm still in this fight. I'm going nowhere. But ultimately, you'll know what happened. Khabib got him down, choked him out. Well done, Khabib. Congratulations. But that's hard.
And you look at Conor, he was doing the old Conor tricks, grabbing gloves, grabbing the fist, head holding the cage, beneath the head. He was making it dirty. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win.
No,
so he was trying to get into his mind. He did that.
You do what you got to do. But the thing is this. Conor's going to end up in some ways winning this situation because he's going to be the victim. So therefore, Khabib blew it. The stories, the public perception are all going to be on Conor's side. They're going to say, oh, he got jumped.
Yeah,
we might see this fight.
Give him a rematch.
We might see this fight again.
Let's talk about the UFC and Conor and Anthony Pettis or Tony Ferguson fight, you know. So ultimately, Conor might end up winning in the long run.
Yeah, I don't think Conor's going to get. I don't think Khabib's going to get kicked out of UFC because we've seen Conor on the other
He might get kicked out of the country. His dad can't get a visa. Okay, as big of a big shot he is in Dagestan, he can't get through customs.
I think when you look at the events, that happened. Conor's been on the other end of some of the similar things.
Let me tell you something. I'm an Englishman on a green card, okay? I know how hard it is to get visas to get in here. You can't mess around. You certainly, on the biggest UFC fight of all time, dive over the cage, start assaulting people. That was assault. That's a criminal charge. You can't do that. Visas aren't given to criminals.
But was it assault in Brooklyn as well?
Well, maybe.
Well, he was,
but unfortunately, they're not linked. You know,
it's clear, folks at home. The three of us have a lot to say about this, and we have a lot of questions as well. Let's now talk to the three gentlemen who were that close to the action: John, Joe, and Dominic. And Don, I got to ask you, I'm assuming you guys are as much shocked as we are. What's your take on this?
Well, it's hard to focus on the fight given what transpired after the fact, but Joe, this was a calculated thing from Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was going to finish Conor McGregor, and he was going to jump the fence and go after Dylan Davis.
I don't think that was calculated. I think that was in the moment. He's full of passion, and I think Michael Bisping said it best. That I think Conor's going to come out the victim here, and Khabib's going to have a very difficult time getting a visa, getting a green card. This is incredibly disappointing. I can't believe we needed more security than we actually did. Yeah. This place was packed with security. But the fact that his friends jumped into the cage and punched Conor in the face when Conor had no idea that was going to happen. He wasn't even involved in that. Right. The whole thing is extremely, extremely unfortunate and just a black eye on the sport.
Well, the worst part about it for me as a champion is, as a champion, you are supposed to be revered by everybody. Everybody's supposed to look up to you. Everybody does look up to you. And when you do something like that, kids are watching, families are watching, youngins, and this is how we really want to be treating each other. This is how we want to act as professionals and champions. It's not how we want to be known in the UFC, and it's not how I would ever want to be recognized as champion. So it's sad to see something like that go down because it marks a beautiful thing that could have been and makes it ugly.
Well, it shows that what Conor McGregor likes to do is provoke. He likes to talk trash. He likes to get people fired up. Khabib is a very respectful guy. He doesn't do any of that, and when it's done to him, he takes it extremely personally. He doesn't think of this as show business. He thinks this is honor. I mean, this is extreme. He's a very religious man. 100%. This is very important to him that he has honor. And when someone disrespects him like that and insults him like that, he's not just going to scan him ticket. He doesn't care if he's the champion. He doesn't care if he loses his green card. He's going to do what he has to do. And someone should have stopped him. Someone from his camp should have stopped him. I mean, Dylan Dennis should have shut his mouth too. The whole thing was ridiculous. The fight was over. He lost.
So obviously you guys were down there. You got the best seats in the house. You were right there. Something happened at the end of the third. You know what Conor said to him? Because Khabib really lost his cool at the end of the third round. He was screaming with his corner. They were arguing. They were trying to calm him down. That was the catalyst. That's what started it.
Khabib was angry because Conor was grabbing Khabib's gloves. He was hooking against his gloves. He was doing it illegally. And Khabib said it to Herb Dean. He said he did it 3 times. That's what it was all about. That's why he was fired up.
Speaking of conversation, did you hear the conversation between Dylan and Khabib? I think something provocative was said to him that made him jump the fence. Were you guys close enough to hear what he said?
We couldn't hear what he said, but Dylan absolutely was insulting Khabib and saying something to him and provoking him, and then Khabib just jumped over the cage and attacked him. Just jumped into the crowd. I couldn't believe my eyes while it was happening. I thought he was maybe going to get to the top of the cage and say F you or something, but when he went over the top and then into the crowd, I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
Dominic, I have a question for you here. Now we're sitting here theorizing. Do you think that something like this could be a cause for an immediate rematch?
I mean, I don't see why it could, because now we don't even know if we're going to see Khabib back in the country. What's going to happen? Like Bisping said, this is criminal stuff that just went on. And what's going to pour into the streets? The bottom line is this. People get bullied all over the world. Just because we're in a fight, just because there's a lot of emotion, that could have been seen as a way to take bullying and be a professional. And it went the opposite way. It poured out, and it turned grimy, and it turned ugly, and it turned filthy. And that's not how it's supposed to be. So it's unfortunate. That's the way it went. it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for him.
The fight was very clear. Khabib dominated the fight, won the fight by submission. There's no need for a rematch. The real question now is, does the UFC strip Khabib? Does the Nevada State Athletic Commission fine him and not allow him to compete again? Do they keep him from coming back to the country? There's some real, Michael Bisping says, there's some real issues here legally.
And I know Khabib's a principled man. I'm just surprised that he didn't have the intellect or the resolve or the just control, the self-control to not turn this into an absolute nightmare moving forward. But that'll probably be the lasting image for a lot of people tonight. We got to step away. KB, take it away.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, guys.